In the matter of?
Oh, in the matter of yama, niyama, asana, pranayama. Pranayama.
What is the sentence?
Persons who have no better knowledge. Similarly, sense restriction by some spiritual persons, like Astanga Yoga, in the matter of yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyadhara, dharana, dhyana, etc., is recommended for less intelligent persons who have no better knowledge.
But one who has tasted the beauty of the Supreme Lord Krishna in the course of his advancement in Krishna consciousness and no longer has a taste for dead material things.
Therefore, restrictions are there for the less intelligent neophytes in the spiritual advancement of life. But such restrictions are only good if one actually has a taste for Krishna consciousness.
Yeah.
When one is actually Krishna conscious, he automatically loses the taste for male things.
So I'll just read the translation of the next two slokas because they're connected. Text 60. यततो हि अपि कौन्तेय पुरुषस्य विपश्चितः इन्द्रियाणि प्रमादीनि हरन्ति प्रशभं मनः. The senses are so strong and impetuous, O Arjuna, that they forcibly carry away the mind even of a man of discrimination who is endeavoring to control them. Text 61. तानि सर्वाणि संयम्य युक्त आसीत मत्परः वसे हि यस्येन्द्रियाणि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठितः. One who restrains his senses and fixes his consciousness upon me is known as a man of steady intelligence. So here the entire dialogue, just to set the background, Arjuna is asking certain questions and she tries replying. So prior to this conversation, Arjuna asked a very specific question. And that question also is very relevant. So Arjuna asked, what are the symptoms of a person who is perfected in yoga? So generally, we tend to ask the same question in a different way. We ask people when you see somebody who's spiritually advanced person, we ask, have you seen God? So Prabhupada said, this is a stupid question. Why? Because if the person says yes, what are your tools of measuring if he has seen or not? You don't know. He can be faking it. So it's a stupid question. So the same question Arjuna is asking in a very wise way. He's asking, okay, if you are saying somebody has achieved perfection, what are his symptoms? How does he live? How does he talk? How does he think? How does he sit? How does he sleep? He asked all this. And Krishna is answering one by one, and he still didn't finish. He didn't finish the answer. It is so long. It's more than 10 slokas he is talking about the same topic. Now imagine, first time you're going to buy gold. First time in your life you're going to buy gold. You ask the shopkeeper, is this gold? Then the guy immediately understands, oh, best customer. Why? I can sell it anything and get away. Bakra, you don't know. So today in India, this is the best business. You don't make it in life, just become a Baba. People will give you any money. All you have to do is, you don't even have to talk. Why? Because he's a Manuvratam. This Baba doesn't talk because that's he has taken that vow. You just give donation and you can go, all your wishes will be fulfilled. So it's one of the classic cheating that's happening all over the country, all over the world for that matter. Today, the biggest secondary franchise business you see, there is one something called as Bikram Yoga,
Oh yeah.
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 Bikini Yoga. It is so absurd. People take franchise for it and then they teach everything. And the reason, you see, what the last sloka that we read, 61.
But I saw that franchise in like the tower, like
Everywhere it is
everywhere.
But
there.
everywhere
All over
the
the
franchise
country.
is there.
I saw like when you said Bikram.
Yeah. So people tell yoga studios, if you go, they'll tell you, you just have to meditate on one dot in the wall. Right? You have heard this. Or you just take a candle and candle should not move like that. Your mind should be on the candle, on the flame like that. You've heard all these kind of things, right? But see what Krishna is telling here. Just read this 61 text again. What he's saying? One who restrains his senses and fixes his consciousness upon me is known as a man of steady intelligence. Tasya prajna pratishtitaha. Yes, I'm not saying Krishna is saying. So Krishna is saying you fix your intelligence on me. That is the purpose of controlling your senses. That is the purpose of all the other yoga systems that they're teaching. But this is the one topic they remove. They minus Krishna, they put everything else. So now the previous three slokas, Krishna is telling the same perfection you can achieve in different ways. So just like the example is given, suppose some $100 bill is on the floor. Nobody is touching it. Then you saw it. What's the first thing you do? You look here, there, everybody. Nobody is watching. What's your idea? Take it and put it in your pocket so that you'll enjoy. You got $100 right there. But then that's one level. Then the next class of person is he's a yogi. So he saw the $100 before also I tried to enjoy. There is no happiness in this. It's a flickering happiness. It's madness for me to touch this $100. And he want to walk away. So the first person is seeing the second guy. Wow, he saw it and he didn't touch it. It's great, yeah. He didn't touch it. Like that people think, right? Then the third guy comes. Then he sees it's $100 fallen. Oh, I should give it to the owner. Let me pick it up. Then the first guy is seeing.
This guy also.
He's also taking like me only. There's no difference, right? I also do, he also does. So for the first guy, he's thinking the second guy is more advanced than the third guy. Because third guy is like me, he's taking the money, but he does not know his consciousness. He's not taking for his enjoyment. Wants to give it to the owner. So like that, this sloka that we are talking, 59 sloka. 59 sloka, you see. This is very significant. This is the starting of Ananya Vasti. Krishna is introducing. Actually, the chapter name, if you see, it's the contents summarized. So the content is Krishna is going to teach Bhakti Yoga. So he's laying the foundation here. And here what is happening, Krishna is telling, there is a different way of how you engage your senses. Generally, people say spiritual life don't start very early. Why? Their idea is if you start spiritual life, you'll become a sannyasi. That's their idea. Means if you become spiritually advanced, what will happen to you? You will give up this world. Don't start spiritual life. That's a common advice we all hear. Why? Where are they coming from? When with this sentence, when they say this sentence, what is their idea? No, their idea is the previous sloka, 58. See, 58 sloka you need. So 58th sloka, Krishna is saying, he who is without attachment, who does not rejoice when he obtains good, nor laments when there is evil, is firmly fixed in perfect knowledge. So spiritual life means you should not indulge. You cannot have luxurious houses, you cannot be driving cars, you cannot have luxury like us. That's the idea. So if you minus this, then you're spiritual. But that's not what Krishna is saying in the next sloka. Why? Because this type of yoga system is very unique. It's very revolutionary. In fact, all the examples that we know, that there was a king, he became very spiritually elevated. Then the next thing he did was he gave up his kingdom and went to the forest. These are the stories you have heard. But you will find only in Bhagavad Puran that Narad Muni will come to the forest. There's a great sage who is already meditating. He says, Bas karo, your meditation. Now I want you to become the king. Go back to the palace. Have you heard this kind of story? Never. Right? Why would Narad Muni tell such a great personality to this stage, go back and take the kingdom? Yeah, you know the answer. He knows because he is that yogi has purified his senses in a different manner, in a different technique. The technique is what exactly what Krishna is teaching here. That technique is to transfer or to dominate your tendencies in a higher pace. Just like when baby is eating mud. One way is to tell the baby, don't eat mud. But will the baby stop? Maybe he's scared of you and then slowly when you're not looking, he'll again eat. But there is a better way of telling the baby. Instead of telling don't eat, give a candy. So the baby gets used to candy and then automatically gives up the mud eating. That is the technique which Krishna is telling. He is not telling give up this, give up material life, give up your family life, give up your job, give up. No, Krishna is not telling that. Krishna is saying engage in a higher taste. Engage in something which will give you higher taste, by which lower taste you will give up. How does that happen? Yeah. What is that higher taste? Good question. So just like we all like music, we all like to go to the pub, dance, music, Bollywood, so much music, everybody, music world, we all know, right? So the same music is given to us through the chanting of Hare Krishna. So if you learn to chant Hare Krishna, obviously with the association of devotees, then slowly it will be so tasty, so nice that you will fade away. The other things will fade away. Even though you have the taste, even though you have the taste for hearing rock music, all that is there, but still Krishna is saying, doesn't matter. Eat, try this music. You will automatically give up that taste. Same way, you might want to eat meat, very tasty, chicken kebab, whatever you like. But Krishna is saying, no, no, no. Eat my prasada. Whatever is offered to me, patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam, yome, bhaktya, prayachati, tadaham, ashnami. Because whatever you give with love, I will eat it. And that, you take it. That becomes prasad. That you eat. Whether you have taste also for other things, doesn't matter. You keep eating prasada, slowly something will happen. One day you'll find, hey, I'm not liking the other food. I don't know what happened. Like magic, it works. Yes.
The different types of yama, niyama, asana, pranayama. Why does it say it is recommended then for less?
That's interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah. I have actually covered that topic in the previous sloka, I mean previous class.
Recorded.
Yeah, it's recorded too. Yeah. So Bhakti Yoga. Now, actually, what happens? It's a ladder system. It's called yoga ladder system.
On the
Board, I'll put it. Maybe I'll put it again because others also can hear it.
visually you can see
See
it
it.
and you understand it.
Yeah. I know I've repeated it, but
It's
it
a
works.
topic which is very interesting. Everybody has to understand it.
Generally, we know we are all used to a lot of worship, right? Especially in India, everybody knows so many types of worship is there. There is temple worship, there is fire sacrifice, there is, uh, whatever you name it. I mean, everybody by your own culture, uh, some type of worship, puja is there, all that. So all that actually is a very preliminary stage of human life. It is called dharma. This is dharma. When we say refer, dharma has different stages of meaning. Krishna will gradually explain the differences. But initially, we all, especially coming from India, we are very familiar with this kind of dharma. But this dharma, when we are saying, it is basically ritualistic. Ritualistic. So you do some ritual, and typically every ritual that you do, it goes like this. There is a rider. Dhanam dehi, putram dehi. You can understand. Give me money, give me children, give me house, give me wife. And there is an entire list. Bhagavatam gives the entire list. Actually, I made a slideshow on that. Whatever you want, there is a particular devata who's having a portfolio of that, he will give you that. Want a beautiful wife that worship? Uma, Parvati. You want a beautiful husband? Worship Shiva. You'll get a beautiful husband. So you want worship, you want beautiful, name, fame, everything. There is a particular devata for that. You want to become a prime minister, like president of a country, there is a particular devata for that. You want riches like Indra, there is Indra Yoga. So everything very detailed it is given. So generally speaking, the idea is if you keep on doing this, what happens? You keep on getting artha. Artha means money. Why do you need money? Kama. I have a lot of desires. So the cycle goes like this. Artha, dharma produces artha, then by which you can satisfy your kama. Clear? Everybody understand here? Dharma, artha, kama. One day you keep on doing this dharma, artha, kama, dharma, artha, kama, dharma, artha, kama, dharma, artha, kama. This cycle you keep repeating. One day it will trigger. Oh, actually, I'm doing this for moksha. But people in Kali Yuga are very manipulative. So they know shortcuts too well. So they just minus moksha. Now this is a shortcut to get money. Let's use it. So whatever gives you benefit, take it. If it doesn't work, leave it. This is our mentality in Kali Yuga. So Vyasadeva, actually Vyasa means one who organizes all the subject matter. So this subject matter is organized in this particular way. for people like us who don't have memory. So he needs everything to be written form. He has put it. So they very elaborately here this, subdivided Vedas into four Vedas, right? Then he thought the Vedas are too complicated. People cannot read it. So what he did, he summarized, he made Vedanta Sutra. So Vedanta Sutra are like formulas, just like in math, we have Pythagoras theorem, just a plus b whole square is equal to something. Like that, so many formulas we have. If you learn the formula, it's cheat sheet. But you can use it for so many things also. Then Vyasadeva thought these people can misuse this meaning. Then what he did, he thought he will explain on each sutra what it is. So each sutra he started explaining, then he ended up with 108 Upanishads. It's too much. Now he thought he's trying to solve our problem. Then he knows that we are not going to need 108. Then he thought, I give them case study. Who are these people who applied these Upanishads in a particular case, in a particular way, and what is the result they got? So what he did, he categorized into three categories he put. Category 1, 2, and 3. And he put 6 Puranas in each. How much is this? 18 Puranas.
How much is a Purana?
Each Purana is different length. Different length. These are like case studies. If you know law, just like how do you interpret law? Then the lawyer has to be expert. He has to tell, in this particular case, the judge has ruled like this. So the law has to be interpreted in this manner if the situation is like this. So like that, this sutra is saying like this, but according to this Upanishad, this guy applied it here, he got this result. That is the case study. These are the Puranas. So this is called Satvika Puranas. These are Rajasic Puranas and these are Tamasic. The reason is I'm going to answer your question, that's why I went here. So Satvika Puranas means one who are in the mode of goodness. So they are definitely very advanced. Somebody who is already in IIT or MIT or in Harvard, how do you talk to them about any science topic? You can indulge in a very intellectual manner. Will you do the same way to somebody who's in college or in arts or something like that? You will not do that kind of stuff. So these people, Rajasic people, are they are very obsessed for materialistic life. That means what is materialistic life? It is filled with success, power, fame. They want all this. Lava, puja, pratishtha. Lava, puja, pratishtha. Simple. And they are obsessed with it. And you tell them if there is no need, even if you don't, get that kingdom, nothing will happen. It doesn't sound, he can't keep himself. He has to work, he has to achieve because he's driven by Rajoguna. There are three modes. Tamasic guy, they are very dull, lazy, lethargic, not driven. They don't have goals. So they act and they don't have any motivation. So they act and talk in a different way. So for them, all this doesn't appeal. You tell this guy, morning 5 o'clock, wake up, go for jogging and all this. This guy is sleepy, lazy. He will not do such things. So for them, still Vyasadeva is inclusive. He was including all these people. Okay, for you also there's something. We can bring you back to this point for these people. So like this, yes, address the topic. So one of the this entire cycle of dharma, artha, kama, this entire cycle itself is a loop. In this loop, if you want to get out of this loop, your biggest lesson that you can learn here means the topmost, the top ceiling you can get is Naishkarmyam, means Nishkama, that's all. That selflessness, karma phala tyagam. The result that you get, you should give up. That doesn't belong to you. If you can learn that lesson, you will come out of this cycle. That's all. So you can imagine their level of maturity is not very high. Why? Because why are these people doing dharma? You don't know. Because of these two things. Because of these two things. They are motivated and they are driven. Their idea of dharma is only to get money or anything, some profit. For them, they have to be pulled up. So to pull up, this part is clear, right? I can erase that. Sure.
But can someone change from?
Yes, that's what Krishna is guiding. How to pull you up from here.
No, even the thief.
Yes, yeah, also.
Do we know how many Upanishads are in each category that we have?
Upanishads are not categorized.
They're not.
They are not. All Upanishads are great. They are not. They'll take you out of circles.
Okay.
All Upanishads. That is why Upanishads is actually a higher study. Oh, here. So what is the one lesson that these people learned to go to the next level?
Give up the
Selflessness. So people talk about selfless, being selfless is a big thing, right? But here you see, according to Krishna, it's one of the lowest things. It's not a big thing, really. But okay, he has learned this selflessness. So all, if you just remain at this, like you became perfect at this, and but you remained there, just like you learned 10th grade. You're good at 10th grade, all your grades are good, but the only problem is you stayed there. So maximum what you will get? A diploma, 10th pass. That's all. Not more than that. So now Krishna calls them, it's not a small thing. Here they are called Karma Yogi. That's all. There are nothing more than that. That given the status of a yogi, because he's learned something, just like people like Gandhi or somebody like that, who's selfless, but they don't know the next level. Why are they selfless? Why are they selfless? The purpose is not yet attached. But they know it doesn't belong to me. That's all. So they are still given the status. So their destination is still not to reach the spiritual world. They are not given that benefit also. Max, they can go to heavenly planets. Heavenly planets they can go. Not more than that. So the next level from this guy having this quality, like for example, you learned how to write before when you were small, right? You are taught to write A, B, C, like this in the lines. After when you graduate, what happens? They'll tell you don't have these lines anymore. Then what happens? Can you still write ABCD
Yes.
without the lines? A, B, C. You know it, right? Without any problem. So like that same way, you learn this lesson. So when you go to the next class, which is called Jnana Yoga, where you actually mastered more secrets of like the Upanishads and all the Vedanta Sutras, you learned it. Will you forget this lesson? No. Along with this, you learned this extra. So here, the technique, the major part is you, the soul, is covered with two layers. That's the main topic, which we just spoke, right? The first covering is called body, cross body, and this is called subtle body. Yes. What is subtle body made of? Mind, intelligence.
Wait, what's the difference between the mind and the intelligence? Everybody has a mind, but they're intelligent.
In a simple way, the difference. You like it. Functionally, I can tell you the difference. Mind, imagine it's a switch. Mind can only do two things, on, off. Mind can only say, I like it, I don't like it, I hate it. So mind has only two things. You think mind is very powerful, right? But actually, no, mind is dumb. You can only condition the mind by saying, I like it, I like it, I like it, I like it. So you make all the collection of all the likes and you put it. So that's the condition I feel desirable condition because I collected all the likes. Now I rejected all the dislikes. So mind can only choose between these two. It cannot do anything more. Mind has no power than this. If you know this, then you can control the mind. Just like we are scared in India, the common joke is you can tell anybody anything, not to the maid. Because they're scared of the maid. You tell anything to the maid, maid will stop coming to the house. Maid, she can't relate. She can't relate.
Right? For one chores. If she was coming, it becomes a problem. She can
The chores. School to the chores at home. The maid is doing all the chores, right? So you're so used to not scolding the maid. The same way, we are so used to not scolding our mind. Oh, what will happen if I scold the mind? I have to listen. Mind is saying I like it. I have to do it. If mind is saying, how can I not do it? But the day you put your foot down and tell the maid, you have to come on time, you'll see the maid will listen. Maid doesn't want to lose the job. Not knowing this, you're not scolding. The same way, not knowing the power of the mind, we are not taming the mind. That is number one. Then second is intelligence. Intelligence is discrimination. The power of discrimination. I want to eat ice cream. It's cold. You might not like it, but there is borrowed intelligence. If you don't listen, your mama will tell, no, Aryan, you can't be it. That is buddhi. That is buddhi. If you don't have, you can borrow it. You download buddhi. Easily. Now, buddhi, where you download from is important.
Not from science with virus.
No, no, exactly. So buddhi, we have downloaded from so many sources. Your friend is telling, go here, yeah, go there, yeah, so many things. Tak, tak, tak. Yes, yes. We are noting. In our mind, we are noting, oh, I'll go there, I'll get this. I go there, I'll get this. That is buddhi downloaded from third party apps. Third party apps. they are not going to help you. So Krishna is providing new software. Please upgrade it. Please upgrade your software. Whatever you know till now about happiness, about suffering, about intelligence, about knowledge, forget it. I will tell you all the definitions. We are thinking if somebody gets Harvard degree, is very educated, but Krishna is no. You will hear all those definitions. We'll talk about that. So that's new buddhi. Then ego. Ego is very simple to understand. Everybody plays video games now. When you enter into the video game, what's the first thing you do? You choose an avatar. You choose your avatar, I choose my avatar.
Alter
We
ego.
both come into the virtual world and start playing. I kill you, you kill me, boom, 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 all bombs of all the games basically anyway. So if I kill more of your people, then I get more points. Avatar, basically. Just an avatar. So that avatar is false ego. I'm thinking I'm a man, you're thinking you're a girl. Somebody who's more educated is thinking I'm a very intelligent man. Somebody who made a lot of money is thinking I'm a businessman. So these are all false ego. We keep on changing our hats all the time. So that is false ego. All three together is the subtle body. So when you die, what happens? Only the gross body is gone. Now the subtle body is not gone. Still the soul is attached to the subtle body. So whatever you have upgraded your cell phone, we all got cell phone when you got. But after some time, you see, your phone looks different than my phone because you download different apps. I download different apps. So death means reset. Reset the cell phone again. You have, yeah.
So does the mind come with soul? Is like the mind part of the soul, or is it like the body?
It's not connected at all. It's software.
So,
You have software, hardware, both.
and depending on how good you were on your phone, you get like a good phone or a bad phone.
Yes, yes. And sometimes you break the phone while everything is nice. You break it also, right? That's like suicide. Then your mother will tell you, I will not buy another phone, even if I can, because you don't know how to handle the phone. So that is called ghost stage. People say no, there are no ghosts. Actually, there is. When somebody does commit suicide, even though everything is nice with him, he commits suicide. Then the nature will not give him another body. You have to wait until you learn your lesson. You are not given another phone like that. The nature will tell you, you will not get another body. I gave you 100 years. You finished it at 20, you broke it. So another 80 years you hang on like a ghost. That means a subtle body without a ground body.
It's so everybody is a ghost because the average lifespan for like a human is 77. And
No, that is not because you broke it. That is because you didn't know how to use it.
Battery life does.
No, the community language is very good. That is it, buddy. Exactly. You didn't know how to do it. That's what you said, battery life is gone.
What it is, you are not destined to live in that body for a certain number of years. You want to continue again, you get another body.
Yeah, you're going more technical. I'll be just at the top level. Yeah, it's fine. It's captured there. It's like memory. It's like memory. It's like RAM and ROM. Yeah, that is what it is. Just like air is pure. Correct? Air is very pure. Nothing can happen to the air. When air is going on top of a rose garden, what happens to the air? That is good. But actually, air is saying it touched a rose garden and the air is still moving. What is the vasana it picked up? It's beautiful rose. Now the same air is going on top of garbage. What is the fragrance? Thinking. Like that, subtle body gathers all the vasanas. Actually, the Sanskrit word is called vasana. Actual word is called vasana. According to the vasanas that you have accumulated, that is the type of body you attract in the next life. So Krishna is teaching all these things, just like in chemistry, we are learning, I don't know, 112 elements. How many are learning? Correct?
I think they created 6 more.
118 or 118. Okay, 118 elements you learn, right? So, as an engineer, as a chemical engineer, you know how to, when you see any material, when you and I walk on the mountain, can you tell any difference? Nothing. But if a geologist walks on the mountain, you tell, oh, this mountain, look at this rock. This is pyrite. What is pyrite? You don't know. When you see pyrite, there is something inside that which is like lot of gold is there. So it's called a brescia mine. Brescia means, these are all technical terms. These guys know how to decipher the same material which is inside one rock only. Because of that, they know how to extract wealth out of some nothing like rocks. The same way, these jnanis are expert in what?
Extracting
what?
wealth from the subtle body.
Yes, there are 24 elements. There are 24 elements. They know, they have become so expert how to decipher. Anything they see around you, they can tell you, oh, this is matter. This is subjected with the three modes of material nature, sattva, rajas, tamo. So the combination, they know all this. And then how to separate from this 24 and take out one. And that one is the soul. They know that. It's not easy. Just like, today, I know all the kids not learned quantum mechanics or quantum physics, but I'll tell in a very simple way. So what is quantum physics? Everybody heard about it?
The science behind the beginning of the universe.
Okay, I'll tell you simple word. Because of quantum physics or quantum science, today, like magic, somebody is putting one signal somewhere in the world, we don't even know where, and that signal is coming inside your living room called TV, and you put a remote, TV is working.
Wow.
I'll tell you how that works. The simple way. Take a ball, take a bunch of balls, okay? You hit it on the wall. What happens?
Sound.
Bounce it, catch it. Tuck. Again, catch it. Again, throw. Again, catch it. Throw. Now it didn't bounce. Oh, what happened? It went behind the wall. How? Nobody knows.
Radio waves.
No, it's just the same ball. It's the same ball. It just went.
It still works.
No, this is called uncertain principle. What is the principle? It's called uncertain, which is not certain. Which ball is going outside the wall? What? Just like that. Yeah, it's like that. It's impossible. It's impossible. But it went. They don't know how, but they know it works. So yeah, they know it works. So they made a theory. Now, okay, let me throw 100 balls. Okay, 100 balls. How many balls went outside? They made a math. It's quantum physics. You can't understand. Whatever. So that is called probability. That's called probability. So they figured out through math there is something called as probability. So if you keep throwing, this is the probability of the number of balls that will always go through the wall.
The chance.
It's a chance. So the entire science, electronics and communication engineering actually emerged from this. Until then, they thought the physics was done. There's no more to study. That's what they thought. So they introduced this concept of quantum physics. I don't know where I was going with this. Okay. Jnana Yoga. Yeah. Jnana Yoga. So now this concept this is one of the things of quantum, by the way. I can give you two, three examples. Now,
Nice.
you like it? Should I continue one more example in quantum? Okay. One more example in quantum. Let's say we take one box, carton box. Okay, some box. You put one cat inside.
Okay.
Okay. If you open the box, there are only two events that can happen. Either the cat is alive or the cat is dead.
You close the box.
Yeah, box is closed. But when I open it, what you should find? Either one is alive, one is dead. It's called Schrodinger's wave equation. That's the same thing. I'm not going about it. But I'm just making it.
There will be no cat.
Now the experiment goes like this. Now the experiment goes. Now there are two boxes. Okay. Now there is one cat here. And there is also a cat here. Yes. If I open this box and if I find this cat alive, instantly at the same time, this cat will be dead. Yes. That's the experiment. Now, if this cat is dead, instantly at the same time, this cat will be alive. Okay, let's go. Stretch this experiment. Stretch this experiment. Now, imagine this is only 1 meter. Okay. Experiment works. Now make this 1,000 meters. It works. Now make it kilometers. Mile to make it. It still works. Yes. That's quantum. And here, cat is equal to one atom, basically. Okay. Yeah.
Same thing with the dogs.
No, the cat is an example because you guys will understand it. We are talking about atom. So they are saying there is a counterpart for every atom in some other universe.
Antimatter.
No, it's not antimatter. This is quantum entanglement. So there is a multiverse. There's a multiverse.
Spider-Man.
So there is so much. Yeah, exactly. I have all these concepts. Now, why am I talking about this? Yeah, why am I talking about this?
It's not that class.
Because this topic everybody cannot understand.
So
You know, I try to explain. So this Jnana Yogi are the only people who are qualified to discern through scripture, all the scriptures which I wrote, 108 Upanishads. It is not for, people very in South India, they have a very fancy way of, not fancy, I take that back. They have the correct meter to chant the slokas. But very few people understand the meaning. Of course, there is another science class I can take on chanting with a particular meter. So that meter is called, actually you can Google it whenever you want, 432 hertz. If you vibrate at this frequency, total, this is the total?
yeah.
9.
How do you get there?
4%.
Meditation.
This is meditation frequency. It's considered meditation frequency. In fact, if you can vibrate this, you know what is resonance? Every part of your body, like chemotherapy, it will be completely cured.
Oh yeah, the sound that heals people.
So there is an entire science on this. You can vibrate matter and the molecules will organize themselves in different patterns.
Nine? How did you get 9?
4 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9.
Okay.
It's a divine number.
Oh,
I thought it was total. Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah.
I didn't want to ask something before you raise your hand.
Oh, no. I was gonna say that you were saying the two Captain Dark things, so I thought TV will work like they kill two atoms and those two atoms will come alive and then TV. And then
No. I was just saying, people, they don't know how these things work, but they know how to use it, even though they don't know how it works. Till now, nobody has proven this. In fact, some of the theories disprove Einstein's theory also, some of it. That's anyway, different topic.
I want to say something.
Yeah.
She asked, where is it, Richa? Richa, you were saying no that at that time that whatever I did, also I should think that I didn't do it. So instead of thinking like that, a devotee will think that whatever I did wrong, if I did, you will say that I was under the influence of these three modes of material nature that I made this mistake. So I want to, upgrade my modes of material nature. If you are in a lower mode, you will do certain things. Like if you are in Tamo Guna, you will do wrong things or you will be sleeping, lazy, all of the symptoms are there. If you are in Rajo Guna, then you will do this. If you are in Sattva Guna, then you will do certain activity. So you will have to, then you will be like a jnani. That's why I spoke down. So a devotee starts to become like a jnani and starts to decipher what is happening to me. So he will not think that Krishna is doing everything. This also Krishna only did. No, he will start to analyze and try to upgrade his mode. So the best is that we have to go beyond Tattva also, which we have been telling. Right now we're not on that above. Sometimes we do, we when we are doing like some puja we are doing, then automatically we get that energy. Normally if you do have that energy, but then while doing puja, so you're upgrading at that particular time. So that way we have to go on increasing our, be like a small yagi. As a devotee,
So, I still didn't answer your question, which I will. So now what happened? Now this Jnani, he got helplessness and he's practicing knowledge. He's applying knowledge, applied whatever theory he's doing. Ultimately, which point is going to understand only one thing. I am spirit, soul, I am not the body. No, nothing beyond this. He's not going to get anything beyond this. Now imagine with so much elevation, it's not ordinary for a guy to be like this. We are talking, Krishna is still not saying he's not there yet. He's still not there yet. Okay. Now, if he adds, now what is missing here is purely theoretical. It's like theoretical physics. He has graduated theoretical physics and wait, what's his maximum realization? Brahman. Means I am different nature of the matter. Matter is material. I am Brahman. That's it. He does not know more than this. Okay, you got that much?
What is Brahman?
Brahman means spirit.
Oh.
I am not body. I am not matter. Okay. So I am erasing this here, and this guy has understood I am spirit. I just write spirit. Basically, it is Brahman. Not Brahma. There's a difference. I'm Brahman. That's all you know, learn. Now, if he has to go to the next level, okay, which is the topic, Ashtanga Yoga.
Brahman, I didn't understand it was different than the Brahmin. I was confused this term.
No, this is not Brahmana, this is not Brahma, This is Brahman. Brahman means Pathartha, material. What is that material? Atma has a material made of something. That material is spiritual. In Sanskrit, that spirit is called Brahman. Just like sun is there, sun is having sun rays. Now each sun ray is like photon we are saying, is that Brahman, one particle. One particle of that photon, how you call for the sun, like that each photon, each one of them small spark, tiny spark, spiritual spark. But he has understood his spiritual spark. That much you have to give it.
And there's like these days there's a famous quote between these Gen Zs called like Aham Brahmasmi. I see.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know how much understanding they have, but it's like Instagram feed, like, I see it's Aham Brahmasmi.
Gen Z is a bit good.
Or they also say Brahman Satya Jagat Mithya.
Yeah.
Good Gen
I think you want to do next two classes also today only.
I don't know. If you guys want, I can just go.
Okay.
I didn't come to her. But you okay? Okay. So these guys have learned two topics only. What is the learn? I am Brahman and the world around me is illusion. He has learned only this much lesson. Think about it. He knows so much, but he has learned only two lessons. Now, if he has gone to the next step from here, that means he did not forget Jnana, he did not forget selflessness, but he went to the next class. Okay? For going there, he needs to do 8 things which you read in the sloka today. It is called Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. So Arjuna asked, what are the symptoms of this guy who actually came here? It's not easy, right? So Yama means do's. Basically, these are Yama, do's, don'ts. Do something, don't do something. Do something, don't do something. Rules, basically. Then asana means to make your body flex. Right now, you see, we are not able to sit 1 hour or so. Body is going like this, like that. We cannot sit. Not practical. Then pranayama, you don't even know how to breathe. We don't know actually how to breathe. In fact, you know how our life is defined? All of us have, when you bought a car, everybody got the same warranty, the engine has the same mileage, but everybody's car comes different mileage. Mine is 100K aa gaya, junk ho gaya. Somebody else 200K aa gaya, still working fine. Why? Because you don't know how to do maintenance. You don't know how to run. Simple thing like car also you don't know. So body also we don't know. When to sleep, when to eat, how much to eat, what to eat, how to sleep, how to breathe, we don't know. We think we know, we don't know. Ayurveda says you should drink your solids,
Yeah.
chew your liquids.
Yes,
You see?
you put until it gets into liquid state.
Yeah, you should chew so much that solid becomes liquid and then you should drink it. So we don't know that. We don't even know how to pass bowel movement. It's a fact, we don't know. You should get only solid, liquid, and then gas. We don't know the technique. We really, I mean, it sounds very gross, but Ayurveda says if you're not doing this, if this cycle is not there, that means you mess up your body already. So your life is determined by how many breaths you take in and you take out. You wonder sometimes why there are people who live 200 years, right? Or 300 years. You know why? Hare Krishna. Because these yogis, they have learned how not to breathe. Because my lifespan is by counted by number of breaths I breathe out. So if I breathe out too much, lifespan is gone. You are basically you are not even breathing 20% to the capacity of your lung capacity. We don't even know what's a long breath. Can you do? Anybody, just 1 second, how long you can do a deep breath? Doesn't even fill your thing. How long can you hold the breath? Let's say you learned it. Long, deep breath. How long can you hold it? I used to hold for 2.5 minutes. Yeah, but now I think I lost it. But the yogis who can breathe just 4 or 5 times in a day, and some who don't for even hundreds of years. There are people who can. I saw somebody who did not, who can stay for 7 days. At least I have seen with my own eyes. Yeah, 7 days. The guy is even locked up, like just small closet under the stairs. You lock him out from outside and you open after 7 days only.
He's alive.
Yeah, completely normal.
Wow.
I've actually been to one Bihar school of yoga near Himalayas. I actually stayed there for 2 months and I've seen these people. I learned yoga there. So that's how
The person who's the deep techniques,
yeah.
will be more calm and
Yes. Yes. Yes.
stable.
Why that is needed is because there is one technique Krishna explains in the 6th chapter. There is only a particular time you can leave your body to Sahasrara. There are 7 chakras. The topmost chakra is Sahasrara. When you die, you are supposed to leave, you should learn how to leave there are 5 airs. We only know one air, which is outside air. But actually there are 5 airs in the body. First is as yoga technique, through this yoga system, you should learn how to balance all the 5 airs. That's one of the reasons you have to eat with your fingers. Because all 5 fingers are connected with 5 prana shakti. So they have digestive juices they produce when you mix your food with your hand that touch already sends signals to the brain and it produces saliva and digestive juices start. And you are not expected to eat unless you are really hungry. The hunger should be pushing and telling, I want food. Only then you should eat, otherwise you should not eat. So that is the digestive fire should kick in. Then you eat. So that five airs should be balanced. Now that when you balance, the guy knows how to leave the stone from push it out. It's called prana, apana, udana, samana, jnana. So one air pushes up, one air pushes down, that's how there's bowel movement. The other air you can push out. With the soul, you can push it out. But at a timing which is called Sukla Paksha. So Sukla Paksha comes 6 months only. So when you miss that period, then what you should do? That's called Krishna Paksha. You have to hold your breath for 6 months. If you don't, doom, you come back again. Even though you went to this stage, boom, you come back. Shine, Punya, Mrityulokam, Vishanti. You come back again and take birth here. Even though you are a yogi, great yogi. But after all these techniques, okay, now you learn asana pranayama also. Now pratyahara is the 58th sloka, 2.58 that we read. Krishna is telling, just like a tortoise is withdrawing its limbs. Okay, it's withdrawing its limbs like that. You are practicing only. What are you practicing? You are practicing to withdraw your limbs. Now what happens? You sit, you want to withdraw your pencil. Immediately your thinking will go away. Mind will go somewhere. So I want this, so I have this things to do. So many things that you can do. But then you bring it back. So that technique of bringing it back is called pratyahara. Kids, I know you're being kids. Keep it down, keep it down, keep it down. You can't talk.
I think you
I
can,
just finished.
yeah,
I'll wrap it
finish,
up fast.
still wrap it.
So when pratyahara, you can, your perspective, that is called dharana. That means you learn how to not make the mind deviate. So that is dharana, it's fixed. At that time, you are supposed to do dhyana. Then when dhyana is continuous, unbroken, then you enter into samadhi. Now what do you get by doing all this? What do you get by doing all this? It's called, you get the siddhi. You get Ashta Siddhi. Nothing great, really speaking. Ashta Siddhi, of course, one of the powers Ashta Siddhi means you can become lighter than the air, you can float, you can walk on water, you can become heavier than a mountain. All these qualities Hanuman exhibited, if you remember. All the qualities. Then you can duplicate yourself. You can become smaller than the smallest and get out of the small, tiniest hole from the door. These are all Ashtasiddhis. You can become 8 people. At one time, you can go to 8 places. I was talking about quantum. So these people are at that level, at the smallest atom level. They can do all that. So, Siddhi. So they get Siddhi. Of course, it's very rare for somebody who achieved Siddhi to not be carried away like Hanuman. He's not thinking, I don't have anything. So people have to praise him. Arey, if you are not the one, who will can do this job? You can do it, you can do it. They have to tell him. But that is not rare. I mean, that's very rare. Even if you have little bit success in the office, anything, anybody praises him, no, we become so bloated in our ego. Imagine if you have Ashta Siddhi, you'll go out and make money. You'll show all your power and people, you'll get a lot of followers and you'll make money. You have deviated long ago. Vishwamitra, he could create a planet similar to Indra. He could not hold it. He said, I will help you. Anything you want, I promise. Then he told, Indra rejected my visa. No problem, forget him. I will create another Indraloka. Go there. He used all his siddhi, complete siddhi, used to create a planet. That's what will happen. You can get distracted. What Krishna says, yeah, I know it is not easy, it is difficult, but if you keep trying, one day you will come to a point with this Ashta Yoga and Siddhi, you will learn to see, focus on the Paramatma form of mind in your heart. That is your perfection. Now imagine how many people will come to that point. So Krishna said, why these people, here you see, these people are driven for money, cross money. These people are driven for pleasure, unlimited pleasure, even though it's not material. They want pleasure, jnanis. Because aham brahmasmi, I can be established in that. And these people obsessed with siddhi. I want perfection. So they are still not according to Krishna's standard. I mean, according to our standard, these people are very great. This guy is a karma yogi, he is a jnana yogi, he is a ashtanga yogi. We are nowhere near. So we have no right to even comment about them. But according to Krishna's perspective, not so great. Not so great. Now I will tell you, Krishna, Arjuna, listen, there's a better technique. There's a better yoga system I'll teach you. And that is Bhakti Yoga. So it might look very simple. It also looks like these people, like the ritualistic practice. There is no, it looks like no difference between these people doing rituals and Ananya Bhakti. Looks like no difference because you're doing the same activity. But these people are motivated. People who practice Ananya Bhakti, they don't want anything. Now here is your question. You said, oh, I don't want anything. I feel so low. I'm only a servant of Krishna. Now add all this. Who are those people? That guy knows selflessness. He knows already detachment. He knows perfection. He knows how to practice equanimity. Above that, he's gone above that and he got the perfect knowledge how he's connected to Krishna. How can he be low? Because he did not understand only, then he'll be low.
To be able to be, because we only think, back to your question, you're thinking that to be a servant of Krishna, because we think that servant is a lower position and being a boss is a higher position. We have this calculation in our mind, but the reality is not like that. If that was the case, then the Lord would have not taken to become this, the charioteer of
The Lord
Arjuna.
himself became
Just
servant.
imagine, the Lord became the servant or the charioteer for Arjuna. So, because he is thinking he is a servant, actually Arjuna is thinking, then the Lord becomes the servant of that devotee. It is the reverse. Who is bigger servant? It becomes a impure devotee's life. He thinks, I want to be serving the Lord, and the Lord feels, oh, he's my best servant. I want to serve him.
So Krishna in this sloka only introduced the topic called bhakti of or how to practice by dovetailing to higher taste, to touch higher taste. Then forget about controlling your senses, forget about detachment, forget about selflessness, forget about all that. Maybe you don't know all that. Don't worry. But here is a candy. Here is a candy. Taste it, taste it. Like that, Krishna is giving his own holy name. You touch the holy name of Krishna, you'll slowly see all these things will manifest and all your attraction to the other world will slowly diminish. That will happen like magic. So that's,
But we have to be patient.
of course, you have to apply just like anything, like we are talking about how you can become a quantum physicist. You have to go through all that, right? You have to.
Hmm. So with this, we
I
stop
can
the
stop
class.
you. Yeah.
I mean, I want to ask. So you ask in the dinner time.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
she
why
got
is
the- yeah, she got the answer.
Why is it foolish? Yes.
It is foolish. I mean, what you want that only? I can give you myself. You have not understood that, so you're still there. So this is for whom? If they not understood who is Krishna, it is for them.